Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of the Curfew Boys. Before we start, if you like what you hear, you can listen to us on Spotify, Apple, and any podcast platform you listen to. And if you like our beautiful faces, you can watch us and subscribe on YouTube. And if you like our content, you can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. On that note, let me introduce you to my boys. We got Fireman Sam.
Hey now.
And we got GQ Chris in the house. And tonight, your host, Anthony. Wow, it's been a while. I haven't been on this on the show. I miss you guys. I don't know where the rest of the boys are. I know Adri is having issues with his internet and his chips, so that's probably an issue.
Zook is a healthy scratch.
Zook is a healthy scratch.
And Joey, we sent them down to the minors.
That's exactly what happened. Guys, before we start talking about the Habs, how you guys doing? It's I haven't
good.
seen you guys in a while.
Well, you just got back from Florida, so how about you tell us how that was?
Florida is Florida.
Florida's
Beautiful
Florida.
weather. If I had the opportunity to live there, I would.
Where'd you go?
I went to Orlando. Went back to Disney with the kids.
Oh,
So we are a week in Disney.
did you have a magical time?
Magical time. Yes,
Okay.
I did.
Did is your wife still a quote unquote Disney employee? Like,
No, she's a Disney
Okay.
planner. So
she's a
yes.
Disney planner. Okay, gotcha.
Well, on that note, if anybody listen to us, if you want to plan a Disney trip, you can follow All My Disney on Instagram. My wife is an official Disney planner, works with Disney and a travel agent here in Montreal. We go to Florida and Disney fairly often, so she knows what she's talking about, and she knows what she's doing. And trust me, she'll make your trip very magical and smooth planning. So
Go.
My Disney Canada on Instagram. You can follow her there. And now let's talk about our Montreal Canadiens. We just, if you're listening to this now, that means it's the day after, which is last night's game. The Montreal Canadiens are still winless with that retro jersey.
You know what? But I it feels so good on my body wearing it right now. Like, I don't know.
I mean, it's a beautiful jersey.
It's a beautiful jersey, but the curse still lives on. I guess it's Habs fans are losing their minds on Twitter. It's
what?
It's unreal. I before you say something, Anthony, I'm there. I'm like, can you imagine if they lose? If they actually lose to the Anaheim Ducks, the last place team in the NHL.
On regulation.
by more than 3 goals, by score of 5-2. I'm there. I'm like, there's no way. There's no way. But then you see the stat, like they won one game. The Ducks won only like one game in 30 games or something like that. And like a typical fashion, it has to happen against the Montreal Canadiens, right? It always happens to us. Either some fourth line player scores a hat trick against the Canadiens, or some Quebecois no-name goaltender playing his first NHL game at the Bell Center gets a shutout against us. It always happens to us. It always, or like the bottom 3 teams beat the shit out of us.
That's the story of our lives, the Montreal Canadiens. Story of our lives, guys. Joey is really happy right now, for sure.
You know what? I can't blame Joey. Did we? Are we forgetting the ultimate goal here, though? What is the ultimate goal? What is the ultimate goal? It's a serious question I'm asking right now.
I mean, I can't answer that question every time that question is asked. We don't know, right? Like, are they tanking? Are they winning? Are they playing? But you know what? Looking at the last 7 games, we've only won 2. Mm-hmm. And I told you guys at the beginning, they're having fun. They're playing fantastic, and come December, when it kicks in, the inexperience kicks in. I think this is where it is. And again, Montreal Canadiens never have a good December.
I don't think. Okay, so how about this? It's not so much the reverse retro jersey is a curse, but the month of December is a curse. Let's go with that.
Yeah, but with
Don't
the
try
last
to justify
retro,
your purchase. Don't try to justify your purchase.
I love my purchase. I'm telling you, like, I don't care. Like, I'm sure if Habs fans see this on YouTube or if they're listening right now, I am wearing the reverse retro. I don't care. I love this thing. I don't care if they lose. I don't. I don't buy that bullshit where they're cursed and all that. I don't follow the narrative. I never followed the narrative to begin with, but I love this thing. I'm gonna keep it on. If I die of
But
heat those later on in the
last
episode,
year,
I'll
though,
take it
the
off.
last retro jersey, those dark blue ones,
Yeah, they
we
only
only
won one
won
game.
one.
Just as bad.
Okay.
They only won one
So-
game, but it was during the COVID season. They only won once, and they won their first. When they won that game, it was their first time winning in shootout. I remember that. I think Thomas Tatar like deked the shit out of.
Yes.
I forgot who it was, but like he scored the shootout winner, and like he deked the crap out of whoever the goalie was.
Well, look,
So,
to me,
we're still winless in these reverse retro
well,
jerseys.
the
this
only
season.
retro jersey that we actually have wins, and it's actually one of my favorite retro jerseys. Don't get me wrong, I love the one you're wearing more than the one of last year, but to me, it's the one that the Winter Classic, the white one.
The one they played against the one they wore against Ottawa when they played.
No, not that one. I don't like that one. I'm talking about
White
the
with the
Boston
inverse
Bruins
blue
one.
and red.
Oh, okay, yeah, the one with the blue.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
I love that one, but I don't.
The first retro jersey they did.
Okay,
Wait,
if
that's the
Adrian hears
Heritage
this-
Classic. That's the
Yes.
Heritage Classic
Classic,
against
that's it.
Edmonton.
Yes.
Back in the day when Lafleur and everybody were playing
No,
the
no,
outdoor
I'm not
game.
talking about that
no,
one.
but it's the one with the blue. It is the one with the blue in the middle. But the
Yes.
low, but and Anthony's right. The one they played against the Winter Classic against Boston at Fenway, I believe. Yeah, was it Fenway?
No, it was at it was at
Oh no,
the,
it wasn't at Fenway. It was at the Patriots.
Gillette Stadium.
Yeah, you're right.
I was actually at that game with Subban. I was at that game.
You were with that game with Subban. Why?
I was I wasn't with Subban. I went to watch the game. Subban was there.
Yeah. Okay.
Like an
Wearing 2 goals.
Why is this the first time I'm hearing about this? I'm being totally serious. Like, why? I had no idea you were there.
Yeah, we were all talking about it. Yeah, we were friends. We had that group chat.
I know we were friends, but I really don't remember.
Yeah, I went to the Winter Classic. It was the January
You
1st.
Yeah, either I'm getting way too old for my actual age, or my brains are fucking scrambled eggs right now. Like,
if I can show you the ticket, I have it upstairs in my room, but I can show you.
No,
Next
I
time
believe
I'll
you.
bring it on the episode. No, I'm just
yes,
saying I
yes,
have that jersey there with the
that
big
jersey
blue in the middle.
okay, remember the one in 2006? The Adri has the jersey, the one which when Sheldon Surrey was on the team. It's the same one with the blue, but the blue is a bit darker, and the CH logo is slightly different.
Modern.
It's different.
Hold on.
It's the same concept, but that
it's white with the dark blue
Mhm.
in the middle and the
Yeah.
red numbers and
yes,
red stitching.
that's right. Yes, that's
That's
right.
the one. That's the one that they wore in the Heritage Classic and Guy Lafleur and everything. They were
Did they-
playing like
did they wear that
old,
too?
retired.
In 2003, when they played Edmonton, the Edmonton Oilers.
I'm pretty sure that was it. That was
Okay.
exactly the Heritage Classic.
Here,
The
I'm
other
gonna-
if I can
one,
here
I'm
we
gonna-
go.
there's
I'm gonna look
one.
it up.
There's one more jersey that they
Oh, I
could have
can't share
brought
my
back. They
screen.
could have adopted.
The barbershop one.
No, I hate that one. The
I don't
C
I don't
with
li-
the
I don't
A.
like that one.
The CA
So-
was the dark red and the dark
Yeah,
blue.
yeah.
Sorry to
That
all our
one was
YouTube
beautiful.
listeners. I'll be moving.
No,
the
it's
screen
fine.
a
Go
little.
for it.
That one there. You see it?
Yeah. That one's nice. I like that one. And we'll put a picture up of it.
Mhm.
But I'm talking about the one that Chris mentioned, and this is Adri has this. It was the vintage jersey. Remember they had the series of vintage
Exactly.
jerseys coming out.
Yes.
But this was
Okay.
the first vintage jersey they released. It had to have been in 06, around that time. It's the
Well-
time when Sheldon Surrey was on the team.
Funny
Yeah.
enough, you'll have a good opportunity to see all of these. I'm actually trying to get one of the Canadians came out with these like old looking sweaters. They're hockey sweaters, and it's on Tricolore Sport. If you go
Yeah,
search
yeah,
them
yeah,
up,
yeah.
there's a bunch that are out of stock. So get your shit together, Tricolore Sport, because there's money to be made for you guys. But they have the barbershop sweater. They have the CAC, the red and green one. They
Yeah.
have the one with the CA, the dark red,
Yeah.
practically burgundy.
Yes.
and they
Habs
also-
Cave.
Yo,
Just
guys.
shout out mention to Habs Cave. He bought them all.
Yeah, I love Sue,
Jeez.
Sue Neal. Sue Neal from Habs Cave is the guy's such a fucking beauty. He really is the nicest guy ever. Tony, I don't know if you guys saw, but Tony Marinaro had Chris Nyland as a guest on his podcast, and it's the
Yes.
first time they've worked together since their their time with TSN
Unfortunate
690 come,
separation.
which however you want to, and they mentioned Sunil too, but I his basement, Chris, actually, you and I were there together for a fundraiser. Chris, his basement, your jaw would drop to the floor, and
Yeah.
everywhere you'd walk, like the jaw would like fuck you, you trail it with you.
And pictures and videos on Instagram does not just
It
doesn't do
it really
justice.
doesn't. Like
Like it's beautiful on
yeah.
the video, but once you walk in there,
Okay, guys,
it's
Would love to visit.
keep talking. I'm gonna go get something real quick on my wall, like right here. I'll show you.
And just to answer just to say back to his basement, think about, to all men out there listening to this episode, think about your man cave vision, your man cave dream, okay? Times it by 1,000, and this is that basement. Times 1,000, whatever your dream is, your vision of a man cave, times it by
There we
1,000.
go.
That's his.
Okay,
That one there.
this
Yes.
jersey I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
You can see it.
Yeah, I like that jersey.
That's the one, the first vintage jersey they brought back, but that's a jersey that they wore in 1945, in the season 1945 1946 season. Yeah, no, this Auntie, you know who gave me this? Anna Maria.
I was just gonna say Anna.
She gave me this as a birthday gift.
Nice.
But yeah, I'm not a believer of, I don't know. It's just a highly coincidence that they can't win in these jerseys. But like, oh man, you should see you should see some Habs fans on Twitter are
Sammy's got a
insane.
particular love for the Habs fans on Twitter.
Dude, a lot. Some of them are great. Some of them are realistic. Some of them are funny. Some of them are ridiculous. It's just Twitter's a funny fucking place, man. It's look, I want to talk about the team. Anthony's right. The month of December, that's when the true challenge was gonna come for this team. But did they really bite off more than they could chew? Like, did they surpass the expectations from the very beginning, that like now we're really starting to see the team they might actually be?
Okay, sorry, I'm jumping in. How many injuries do we have? How many injuries are there? How many
Okay.
veterans are out of the lineup right now?
Okay, Savard and Matheson. That's the only ones I can think of, because Drouin is back.
Gallagher?
Yes, Gallagher's still injured, but Hoffman is back.
Drouin just came back, and by the way, Drouin, he's been playing pretty well. Honestly, it's 2 games.
It's 2 games he plays. Yeah. No, I agree.
Don't do this to me. Don't do it. Don't do it.
I agree. He played well. It's just the last minute of the game, extra attacker, two fuck ups on his end. Like, and one of them is the one against Ottawa is a bouncing puck. I get that. It could have happened to anybody, but
I don't like him. I don't like him in that spot that he's playing though, especially on the power play. I'm sorry, I still take Doc on the point over Drouin, and I'd put Drouin more in that like Kovalev kind of bottom of the right circle if you're facing the net.
Yeah, but Chris, that's Suzuki spot. Like,
no. I'm saying bottom and bumper, like behind the net and coming out to like.
Okay, there. Oh, there. Yeah, but I guess so. You could. It's just like Drouin has better vision. Like, I guess, like he look, he is able to make plays, and I feel like he's a lot more better. Yeah, that's great English, Sammy. I think he's just better at
more better, bro.
Yeah, more better, bro. Let me throw up on nice from RDP, bro. Anyways, I just feel like he's got a better sense of the play if he's at the point. Having said that, it just shows that we have no quarterback on the power play. They've been struggling on the power play. It's been multiple games now.
So that's one big factor that we're struggling with. But to answer your question, did we bite or chew more than we bit, or whatever you said? I lost that train. I'm so
did
tired.
We bite more than they did? Did we bite
more than what we can chew? Yeah, I don't think they did. And you said, are we finally seeing the team that they should have been? I disagree. I think the team is what they've been showing. The only they're only lacking in experience.
Yeah.
These are young players who have not played this many games at the NHL level. Okay.
Mhm.
Yes, they've been playing hockey all their lives and they play 40, 50 games at the AHL, whatever, how many games it is. But this is different, right? In the NHL, it's more, you're grinding more, you're getting hit more. Chris said there's injuries, there's veteran injuries. I honestly think this is the team that what we've seen so far is our team.
Yeah.
They're lacking that inexperience. They're getting tired. They're traveling, all this traveling. They're not used to all this
Mhm.
traveling. This all comes to we played the West a lot, So
Yeah, but they had a decent record on the West, but like maybe that is catching up to them.
that's what I'm thinking. Now, after we have these conversations about this team is showing their true colors, the day after they're winning 5 games in a row. It's every freaking time we say that.
That's
We have
true.
we have an episode showing their true colors, and then 5 games later they're in a 5 game
Okay,
winning streak.
we
So it's
got
like I don't know.
we have someone we have found an Adriano Paradiso who
Oh, there he is.
who's ready to join
Hello.
us.
Oh,
Hey,
fucking
buddy.
bastard.
Oh,
Oh.
you're live on air.
I know I'm live. I've been watching you guys. Fucking mess, man.
Are you okay?
Anyways, I'm here.
You're here. You're not.
Yeah.
I know you recovered from a flu, but has your Wi-Fi connection or your internet connection recovered from the flu? Like what's going
No,
on?
I'm doing this off my phone at this point.
Off your phone? Okay, gotcha.
Off the phone and off the
Like the good,
AirPods.
just like the time when we started this podcast, in the good old days.
Pretty
Like,
much.
awesome. Try your best, stay stable, and don't get us
Yeah.
seasick. There you go. Okay.
There you go.
No, well, look, Anthony, it could be it's because right now they got one more home game against Tampa Bay on Saturday, and then they're off to a 7-game road trip from December 19th leading up to January 3rd. Okay, this is
I think this road trip determines that vision of the season that we've all been looking for. Is it the identity of this season, right? At the beginning of the
okay.
podcast this season, we said, okay, they're gonna tank, and then we're like, okay, are they trying to make playoffs? Are they tanking? What's happening? We don't know. Are they just having fun? We were all over the place, right?
Yeah.
I believe that road trip that's coming will identify which path this team is taking. Is it the path that they want to fight for playoffs, or is it the path that they're tanking? I think this road trip is going to determine that.
Okay, so by the end of that, where they are in the standings could determine where they might finish. That's what you're saying.
Depending the record of like if they come out on top, like let's say you said 7 games, let's say we see a 5 out of 7 wins.
Yeah.
Then hey, I think they're. I'm just saying. I think that St. Louis and the management, they're saying let's go for plus. So if they come out of 2 out of 7 wins, then I think we're just bottom.
So look, they start off their road trip against the Arizona Coyotes, so they're going to be playing in that fucking 3,000 stadium. Which, you know what, if we were to put all our money together, we probably could afford 6 tickets and sit like 2 rows behind the players' bench, and it would all that money combined would cost the equivalence of 2 tickets at the Bell Center.
100%.
Listen. For one ticket
included.
at the Bell Center,
and food included.
I was just about to say, one ticket at the Bell Center. What we can use with the same money, we'd get valet parking. We'd be carried to our seats. We'd have a meal for the family, and we'd have people massaging us for the whole game.
Rope around us. You get a manicure or pedicure if you want. We're the only ones out of everybody that's been to that arena for the Coyotes. We're the only ones that are getting that treatment. So they face the Coyotes. Then they're off to see Colorado, which even though Colorado's not the same team, they have injury problems too. Then Dallas. Dallas is strong this year. Tampa Bay. It's a typical, then they have the Christmas break. But then before New Year's Eve and New Year's, same thing. They always go to Florida. They play Tampa Bay, and then they play the Panthers, which I don't know who to cheer for in that game. New Year's Eve they play
I might actually be at that game.
Which one? You're going to Florida too? What do you guys do for a living that you're in Florida all the fucking time? Then after that, New Year's Eve.
I work. It's my Christmas break.
There you go. Well deserved. Then they play Washington New Year's Eve, and then they finish in Nashville on January 3rd. So, okay, look, Look, they lost against the Ducks, so fuck, I can't even sit here and say they could probably win against the Coyotes. Okay, number one. Number two, if they play against teams that are stronger than them, which they seem to play well, maybe they could beat Colorado, maybe they could beat Tampa, maybe they could beat Florida, maybe they could beat Dallas. I don't know if they could beat Washington. Nashville, they're above Nashville, so they can, I don't know if they could. I don't know. I don't know. Every game, it's come to this point. You can expect it's the same fucking thing. You can expect a performance from the kids, great performance from Caulfield's, Harris and Gooley getting involved in the play, Jack-Eye throwing his weight around or wanting to drop the gloves, Doc and Suzuki, we know what they can do, but that's it. That's it. I don't know who else to rely on. Sean Monahan's injured. I don't know who else the Canadiens can rely on.
Go back to Xavier Laflamme there, who just came back.
Who?
You guys, Xavier Laflamme. The equivalent of Xavier Laflamme. Please tell me you guys know who he is.
Oh my God, Laflamme! Yes,
it's the perfect
from
reference.
Jonathan
Drouin. Yeah, look, Jonathan Drouin is Xavier Laflamme from Goon, and then he's got Arbor Jack-Eye, and his game is starting to go back up. No. But seriously, again, just jokes aside, I seriously think Jonathan Drouin. Okay, again, I love going towards the trade talk, but I think Jonathan Drouin might have been told, like, it's make or break. Welcome back. You play well. You might be able to get traded to a team that's aspiring for the cup, something like that. But I think this guy is on his last legs. But I just really find that since he's come back, these last two games, he's had flashes that are comparable to the guys that you listed. He's been a standout player for 2 games straight. Obviously, he made those mistakes at the end of the game, but regardless, he's made about 5 good plays for every 2 to 3 bad plays.
Yeah, but right now, I think I see what a lot of criticism is coming from regarding Martin St. Louis is that he's giving guys like Yoel Armia and Dandanov like too many chances.
Armia has done everything but score.
Dandanov
is just a clown.
There's nothing. It's not working for him. It's crazy how there's just nothing going for him. Armia, fuck the poor guy. Even if he is making $1 million, I don't even think he could buy a goal with his salary. Like he's doing. You said it, Chris. He's doing everything except scoring. Against the Ottawa Senators on Wednesday night, he toe dragged the shit out of the defenseman. Had he scored that goal, that would have been probably goal of the year candidate for the Canadiens.
Yep.
So, and again, it's only guys like Caulfield and Suzuki that are showing up, and you throw in a Kirby Dach too there. But it's Kirby Dach. The plan's going to change for the centerman now because as soon as he was taken off that first line after Monahan was injured, like he looked kind of lost.
That's another thing.
He's needed on that first line. So now a plan's going to change here for having another centerman because they traded him to be center. But now it's like, well, wait a minute. I'm not so sure anymore.
I've said it before. I'm going to say it again. Don't want you to fight me or debate me. Just please have a look. For listeners, Jake Evans does not pass the puck to Slavkovsky. He does not. There have been multiple times where he looks up, he sees Slav, he puts his head back down, looks back up for another guy to pass to. I'm not saying the reverse. Slavkovsky passes to him. Just watch Jake Evans and his decision to pass the puck to Slavkovsky.
They just don't have the chemistry. They just don't have the chemistry.
There's probably a lack of trust right there.
Possibly.
Maybe. Or I don't know what the issue might be, but Slavkovsky's looking very well with Anderson.
Yes.
Yeah. And I can't wait for Monahan. The reason why I'm saying all this is because I cannot wait for Monahan to take fucking Evans and kick him back to the fourth line.
Well, no, Evans
Slavkovsky's only going to get better.
Evans belongs. Evans a fourth line centerman. He's perfect there for that role. Slavkovsky does not belong on the fourth line anymore.
No, I think it's time to move up. He's starting to prove himself.
Look, man, 5 points, and if you include the game against the Ducks, 5 points in 8 games. That's very good. That's very good. He's got a total of, I think he's got a total of what, 10? He has
I'm
10
checking
points
right
now.
now.
Yeah, he's got a total of
Yeah.
10. So look, I mean, he's averaging 5 points a month, but listen, we're halfway through the month of December almost, and he's got 5 points. Like, he's going to put up more. So like, you see the progress is coming. It's just again, it's what he said in his interview against the Flames there on Monday nights. Even my mother
His
texted me
mom.
to shoot more, so I should probably shoot more. Like it's funny, but then against Ottawa, he had a perfect shooting opportunity up in the slot. He decides to pass it cross ice. I mean, look, it's not that the passing option is bad. It's just like you have a clear shot, man. The kid just fucking go for it, because chances are his mother texted him that night, said, "Yo, what the fuck you doing? No son of mine, no son of mine will not shoot in the high slot here. This is
He has a
bullshit."
total of 9. He has a 23 games, total of 9 points, which is 4 goals, 5 assists. Not bad for a start.
No, he's got 4
Um,
goals, 6 assists.
Oh,
He's got 10. He
does it
got he
include
got.
tonight's? Are you including tonight?
It does not include tonight's game. No,
That's because last game he had 2 assists. He had a secondary assist.
I'm looking at the stats right now. It says
no.
9
He only
less.
no. He had an assist against the Senators. Remember.
No, but did any points tonight or no?
No,
So then
No.
he's at 9.
no. He's at 10. I'm on the Canadiens app. He's at
So
10.
the score app is wrong.
No, dude, the score app is shit. Sorry,
Alright,
I'm sorry
well.
to say, but
The score is
no,
shit.
he no, he got a secondary assist when they dumped it in the corner. He managed to get a tip on it, and then Evans, when the corner got it, fought for it, actually made a nice blind backhand pass to who was it, Kirby Doc, who buried that. Yeah,
Okay,
so
so the score was wrong. I'm looking at the NHL website also. It says 10 points. So 4 goals, 6 assists. Not my apologies. The score is fucking giving me wrong information.
no, the score is anyways. Did you guys hear Marty's press conference after the loss against the Senators?
Yeah, I'd like to hear what he says
Yeah.
tonight.
Well, I didn't have a chance to hear it, but I'm gonna look at what he says tonight after we're done this episode. But
It was the same bullshit towards the end of the game. I'm not going to say it was a weak call on Hoffman, but there were like Gooley dangled
oh
around
my
a
god,
guy. He got like a knee on knee contact. He was okay, no problem there, but that's a clear trip.
They didn't call it.
Clear
Yeah.
trip.
they didn't call it. Yeah, I don't want to be one of these typical fans on Twitter again that the refs are out again to get the Canadians. The refs are out to get us, but like, the refing, is it just me, or is the refing this year shit? Like, and
It's every year, but it's everywhere.
shit.
It is everywhere.
It's everywhere now. There's FIFA, if you want to get into FIFA, the NFL. There's something going on with the fucking refs everywhere. I do not know what the fuck is going on this year. There's issues everywhere.
Well,
Everywhere.
Did you guys hear Daryl Sutter come out and he was just like, Toronto seems to be favored. And funny enough, again,
No,
for
I didn't
any
hear that.
listener, for all of us, yeah, he actually openly said, like, it seems as though Toronto gets constant favoritism by the refs and the refs' decisions and calls. And go back,
How is that possible? There
yeah,
was like 2 games of like 3 disallowed goals in a game.
that was Toronto against New Jersey, for example. New
Yeah.
Jersey had 3 disallowed goals. Go back and do some homework on the disallowed goals against Toronto, the allowed goals for Toronto. Compare them to some of the other goals that have been disallowed for other teams,
Oh man,
and you're there thinking like, how the fuck did this goal count for Toronto? How was this call waved off against Toronto? And funny enough, Daryl Sutter mentions it. And then you look at the Canadians on the other spectrum, who are one of the most penalized teams.
Yeah, Brendan Gallagher, who has 100 goals disallowed. He could have had 100 more in his career. Fuck.
Well, just
Fuck you,
sticking-
Joey.
There's gonna be a Netflix special in the next year or two saying 2022 rigged sports all over across the leagues.
Behind the corruption, we'll call
Behind
it.
the corruption of
behind,
this-
in sports. Chris, there was one goal by Toronto that I don't know who it was, but there was a collision to the goalie, took the net out, but because the puck was no matter what going into the net, they still allowed it. But the puck, but the net got off its hinge. The post got off its hinges before the puck went in. But the puck was going to go in no matter what. But dude, if the net is off, the net is off. The play is dead.
Exactly. Exactly. There have been a handful. There have been a handful in particular for Toronto that have played in their favor this year that are absolutely fucking ridiculous. And then you have some of our goals that have been disallowed. I mean, the players fucking fart. I don't even think they touched. I think they farted on the fucking goalie and they disallowed it. It's ridiculous.
Kirby Doc lost his shit yesterday too.
It's the same refs tonight, last night. Did you know that?
No, I did not know that. Okay, look,
Exact same fucking refs.
I'm gonna be honest with everyone. Look, I
Ah,
was finishing work. Then a fire came in. I had to go there. I missed the first and the second period of the Canadians. I caught a bit of the third period. I saw both of Cole Caulfield's goals, which, you know, I hope one day. I hope I dream that maybe Caulfield in a Montreal Canadiens uniform could catch up to Alexander Ovechkin. I dream of that, maybe, but that's a whole other subject. But Cole Caulfield has established his own office now, exactly where Ovechkin used to be, exactly where Stamkos used to be, exactly where I think guys like Brett Hall used to be. He's establishing himself there. Like, teams know now that he's got a lethal shot. And imagine, we're going back to just a year and a half ago, almost 2 years, when Caulfield first started. The first time he tried to take a one-timer slap shot, completely fanned on the puck and fucking fell like Bambi on the ice. And now you look at him now, you could tell this kid worked on it all summer long, or even before that.
His dad helped him a lot.
Dude, he was at, I think he was at 16 points or 16 goals, sorry, before tonight's game against the Ducks. He scored 2. He's already at 18. And we're not even halfway there yet.
That's 16 right now, not including tonight's game.
So if he has 18 goals in 30 games, we're almost 12 games away from being halfway. He's already at 18.
Yeah. Well, you think he's already at over 0.5 goals per game, so 82 games in the season. He plays the season, that's 40 goal season right there.
Or he gets 41.
Well, it could,
dude. If he gets 40 or 41,
if he stays healthy the rest of the season, he's hitting 30 goals.
Speaking of Caulfield being healthy, were any of you scared when he got fucking hit?
I was so angry.
So I missed the hit, and I see the group chat going crazy about Caulfield down, and then I get the notification that he's out for the game for concussion or potential concussion. I right away went to go see the replay. I freaked out, and I'm like,
fuck. His head bounced. His head bounced. Like in regular timing, you don't notice it. In slow motion, you see his head bounce. Like, he gets a bit of a whiplash effect. And I like,
that was scary.
It was scary. You don't see him get up right away. He looks like he's in pain or discomfort. Gets up, goes to the bench. He looks okay. And then I'm like, just give it a minute. Like, he's going to the dressing room, like new concussion protocol. He's going. And then something told me, like, he ain't coming back. And you just saw like the panic in everybody. You saw the panic on Twitter. You saw the Twitter, and again, the other whipping boy on the team, Mike Hoffman, fucked up on the power play. I get it, but it could have fucking happened to anybody. And just the way fans were they demanded Hoffman get shipped to the moon. Like, it wasn't right in my humble opinion. Like, I'm not a fan of Hoffman. I don't think he should be on this team anymore. But Jesus fucking Christ, like, they're blaming Hoffman. If Caulfield gets injured, Hoffman better be suspended. But it's like, shut the fuck up. Like, just shut your mouth.
Yeah, because it's his fault, right?
But they were blaming him, Adri. Like, no joke. I was like, fuck off these particular fans on Twitter, and I'm gonna trash them all year. But yeah, I got all that to say is that he's not coming back. I'm like, oh boy, he's out for a week with concussion. And if you remember last season, I think he got injured in at the Habs intra squad game. He was supposed to play. He got hurt, and then he was out for a week. And they were worried a bit about, I think it was concussion. I'm not 100% sure, but that also was like, okay, wait a minute. Like, if he's already starting to have a history of concussions, like, it's the worst. It's the last thing you want in your superstar.
Exactly, especially
your best player, your best goal scorer, at least.
That's why hopefully he can stay healthy because, like I said, he stays healthy the rest of the season. He's hitting the 30, and he's going to be a 30-goal scorer every single season. And to answer your question, is he going to hit the Ovechkin numbers? You never know. I mean, look, he's at 43 goals, including tonight, 45 goals in his career in just two seasons. Well, three.
Well, no. Well, he
Yeah.
played. Yes, he played 2 seasons. But if you think about it, before this season started, he played 80 something. He played, I think, 79 games or something like that. So you think about it, like he only played one full season.
Oh, he's at 107 games, including tonight, 107. So that's not even a season and a half. It's not even two seasons.
It's not even exactly. And he's at how many career goals now? He's already at
40. Well, including the 2 goals tonight. Sorry, he's at 43 goals before tonight's game. So that's
so he's at
45 in total.
45.
Jesus Christ! Like, yeah, he's gonna hit 50 career goals in maybe 2-3 games, possibly.
Yeah.
Or given between this game in the next 5 games, if he's gonna average 1 goal a game, man, like this kid, that's what he's about. This kid scores.
Yeah.
He's like Snoop Dogg said, that motherfucker don't miss. It's true. He doesn't miss. Beautiful wraparound goal he scored tonight to tie it up, but you know, they couldn't protect the lead. But I want to go back to that Calgary game. Did you guys see that? Did you guys watch that? I know, Anthony, you were in Florida.
No, I wasn't able to. I saw the highlights, but that's the most I
like,
caught.
dude. Speaking of like refs, like I felt like they lost control of that game. Like it kind of it wasn't totally violent, but like it wasn't far from being violent, you know. And again, speaking of officiating, Suzuki did more or less the same hit to Kadri the way Lewis did to Caulfield, yet Suzuki gets a 2 minutes. And I'm not saying that Lewis deserved the penalty because it was accidental, but same thing for Suzuki. People on apparently there were people on Twitter, not Habs fans, saying that Suzuki should get suspended. That's a 5-minute major because he hit the head. It's like you see him, he doesn't go for the head. He actually kind of like shrugs his shoulders
turns and tries to get out of the way
to avoid the hit. Exactly. So, and apparently even Kadri goes up to the refs like, that's 5 minutes. That should be 5 minutes. That's a 5-minute major. So I don't know, man. I know we always complain about the refs and like but I do find it's so inconsistent though.
But it's always been, look, it's normal to complain about the refs because we're fans and whatever it is, but now it's just getting out of control. It's honestly it's getting out of control, and like I said before, it's not just the NHL, it's everywhere, and it makes me second guess these things. Like, anyways, I won't get into my conspiracy thoughts anymore. But
no, you know what? We are jumping right into a conspiracy Anthony session. So please take it away. I want to hear what your.
I mean, once sports got heavily involved in Vegas, all this bullshit is starting to creep up on us everywhere.
Okay.
You know, betting, Vegas.
But when did sports hit Vegas? Like you mean like the
now that Vegas is getting more involved, like, look, there's now a Vegas football team. There is an NHL Vegas team.
Okay. So you mean actual like franchises, like sports franchises?
Now
like
that Vegas is getting popular,
an NHL team,
in the
a
sports
football
world,
team.
they're getting more involved in sports. I don't know. I mean, these are just my theories and thoughts, but like, it's just like you said, it's not consistent. It's like it's only normal. Again, I'm not trying to be conspiracy theorist or anything, but it's only normal we can second guess all this shit, right? Like,
right.
Nothing's consistent. Nothing is consistent. Like you just said, you know, Suzuki does one hit, Kaji does the same hit. One gets a penalty, one doesn't. Someone scores this way, the other guy scores this way. One is in, one is like, you don't know. I don't know. I'm not gonna get into too much details about this.
Yeah, I know, but like but hold on a second.
Vegas.
You're since Vegas, but you seem to have a bit of an issue of a specific tournament taking place at the other side of the planet here.
Oh, you want to talk about FIFA? We're 39 minutes into this episode. It's gonna be another hour just talking about FIFA. If you want to get into FIFA, I'll get into FIFA.
Okay. Well, what do you think is the problem with FIFA right now? Besides, I still haven't seen that documentary that you told me. Yeah, Jesus Christ.
But that documentary is basically, it's only about
Qatar
getting the it's not about the league itself.
I understand that, but
Qatar and Russia.
But what? But do you think something in this World Cup is rigged?
Oh, 100%. They want.
Well, Ronaldo's not there, so
I know, but when you now, I did say they want. Like I did say at the beginning of the tournament, Ronaldo. But if you watch every single game, specifically Argentina,
mhm.
clearly the World Cup already has Messi's name on it.
Okay, but why is
It's
Messi
right
then?
there.
Why was Messi complaining about the officiating? He. I saw this thing on like.
Officiating is bad. Period.
Okay, I forgot what he said, but like
He complained about that last minute free kick before because they were supposed to, well, they won the game, but against what's it called, Netherlands. It was
yeah,
1-0. There were
yeah,
the extra minute, 9 minutes in, and then Netherlands got that free kick to tie the game to go to extra time. He complained
yeah.
about that, but he's a
Okay.
fucking idiot because before
Oh,
that
that
there
was a
was
sick
two
goal, by the way.
it was a beautiful goal.
Yeah.
Beautiful goal, but a few plays before that, Messi got a handball. Like literally, the ball went and he put his hand up purposely,
Yeah.
and no card, no whistle, no card, no nothing.
So he's trying to replicate Diego Maradona did in
Hand of God.
the Hand of God.
And then if you
exactly.
look
Okay.
at also the play when Messi got the penalty, the 1-0 goal for Messi's penalty shot,
Yep.
that was not supposed to be a penalty shot because right before that incident happened, the ball did not go out. So, anyways, not to get into it too detail, but I think
Oh, okay. Wait. Which player are you talking about?
so. Go look at the
Wait.
replay right before Messi got that penalty shot in the Netherlands game. Okay,
Okay.
Netherlands cleared the ball, like they just
Yeah.
kicked it out. The ball did not fully go out of bounds.
Okay.
It bounced and came back into play,
Okay.
and the what's it called? The Argentina grabbed the ball and like as if the ball was out, he took the ball and then he went out to go to the throw-in.
Yeah.
But him picking up the ball is considered
A handball.
handball
Handball,
because the
yeah.
ball never went out. Go look at the replay. The ball never went out. And then right after that play, there was the penalty shot and Messi scored and took the lead and blah 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 blah
Mhm.
blah. Who was it? It was a celebrity that came out and said it's already written in the books. Messi won it. It's already
Cristiano
in the
Ronaldo.
no, not
Yeah.
was it I forgot who it was. Anyways, again, I might sound like a crazy person with these conspiracy thought theories and stuff, but
Yeah. Kinda.
overall picture,
Yeah.
I feel like there's an echo here. Is it me?
No. No.
No? Okay.
I don't hear an
I'm
echo.
I'm hearing myself in my headphones.
What?
Yeah.
It went away.
I think
Mhm.
I think overall, like you said, Sam, it's not consistent.
Mhm.
And when you see the lack of consistency, it's only normal as a fan.
Yeah. That you
You
get
second
frustrated.
guess.
Yeah.
You get frustrated and you second guess. Is it rigged? Is there conspiracy situations happening? It's only
Mhm.
normal to have these thoughts. Again, I don't have proof. I don't have facts. So I have fun with you guys, and I always have these theories, and I bug Joey all the time. I actually do it more to bust his balls because he fucking hates my scenarios.
Well, yeah, it's true. He does.
Six
I mean,
But
scenarios.
he gets so into it too. So like it's just hilarious.
like
But
yeah.
in reverse though, he actually says shit to us because he knows it bugs us. So like, but at the same time too, he doesn't add any. Okay, look, we're in a texting world now. Like even for our generation, like he adds no emoji, no LOL, no
So you don't know if
LMAO.
he's
So
don't know
you
if
think he's fucking serious? So, but then you ask him, he's like, I am serious. It's like, well, fuck, well, like, make up your mind here. Anyways, I'm just saying, like, we know that Joey wants the Canadians to tank here, but it's like, but fuck, like, it's
wait, hold on. He wants him to tank, but then he writes a message right now.
Yeah.
what do you say?
Guys, on the episode, say this for me. Well, he didn't say that word for word. You can say from me, this is where I get frustrated. Ducks had one regulation win in 30 games and beat Habs at home. Truly disgusting. But why are you complaining? When they win,
Okay.
you're mad. When they lose, you're mad. Make up your fucking mind.
It's just the humiliation of The only road win of the season, regulation road win of the season by the Anaheim Ducks is against the Montreal Canadiens. That's his point, and rightfully
But,
No,
so.
yeah, I get
like
it,
I
but
said,
still.
but Joey should know this.
Still,
He should know this by now. Like we even discussed it, the episode where it was just me and him, where it always happens to us. Like he probably bet money. That's why. I'm sure he bet money. It
Yeah,
has to
probably,
be.
and he put money on it. He lost
Because you know
it,
why?
and
Because the one time he was rooting for the Canadians to win was the one time he bet money on them. So if he's complaining now,
he has
he
money
had
on the game.
he
He had
he
money on the game.
he
But
had to,
anyways,
he had to for sure.
just to conclude my craziness before to all the fans out there, yes, I have these conspiracy thoughts. Yes, I'm have these scenarios in my head. Look, I don't have
on a
proof to
daily.
back it up, so I could be right, I could be wrong, whatever. All I want to say, just to conclude that,
Mhm.
and this is me being serious, not being stupid to bug Joy, just to repeat what Sammy said, it's the inconsistency in the in the
Officiating.
refs and the
Yeah.
officiating.
Yeah.
And that's what causes us to second guess everything. If they can just start being, and I know the game's fast everywhere,
Mhm.
so it's hard
Mhm.
to make these decisions. But in soccer, you can always read watch the play. In football, you can always rewatch the play. Hockey's a bit faster, and they don't have the rule to rewatch the play every single play. Whatever, that's
Right.
fine.
Right.
So it's easier to make mistakes in hockey. I get it.
Mhm.
But for God's sakes, man, for goals, like, you know, when Gallagher, all these disallowed goals, or what Chris said before with the New Jersey game, New Jersey got a
My
disallowed
God.
goal, but the same goal happened with Toronto, and they
New
counted it.
New Jersey fans were throwing shit on the ice. Like they got
Yeah.
so pissed. Yeah.
But that's
Marner
where
got
it
hit.
boggles my mind. Like, for God's sakes, just make up your mind. I get the penalties and stuff. The game's quick. It's hard to catch these things. I get that. Yes, we're talking by watching the TV. These refs are going back and forth, skating back and forth. They're running back and forth. It's hard to catch at the moment. I get it. But fuck, just be consistent in majority of the plays.
To me, it was the call they did against the Senators, where the Canadians are down. They're fighting for a comeback. They're playing an excellent third period, and then you call a penalty with less than 3 minutes left in the game. You know what I mean? It's and apparently I don't know the referee's name, and I'm not trying to go after him in that sense, but apparently this ref that made that call was not a rookie ref, but a less experienced referee in the NHL. So it's I hear what you're saying, Anthony. I really do. But it's as if I don't I don't know how to explain this. I don't know how to properly explain. It's just like, you know what I mean? It's just something you don't do. If you see a team, unless it's obvious, unless it's an obvious high stick, or it's obvious, delay of game, you can't clear the puck out of play from your own zone. Okay, fine, you call it. But he's barely touching the player with his stick, and you call a hooking call? Like Harris barely touched the guy. Really? Like really? Like you're gonna give it to the rookie, no less? I don't know.
That's
It's
why going back to a few episodes ago, or whenever the last episode I was on, we were talking about this. I know, I think it's gonna come eventually, maybe not now or anytime soon, but I believe we should not maybe one ref on the ice, okay, one ref on the ice, and the rest on top with a bunch of screens and a radio
but they still
earpiece on the ref on the ice.
but they still they have those though. They have referees up above too. They actually
Yeah,
do.
but
But
official ones that are watching the game, the ones that are on the ice, the linesmen on the ice should be up there watching the game overall and talking to the head ref and say, okay, that's a penalty. It's not, like, right before you call a penalty, they should confirm in the earpiece, okay, whistle it. You know what I mean? Like, what?
There's so many things. Look, I want to jump in because there are so many things that they can actually do. You talk about, let's say, offsides. They can easily start putting small sensors in the skates that line up, let's say, with the blue line, and they can tell, okay, was the skate truly over? That's one idea. They can absolutely have more guys spectating, like referees spectating and calling different things and seeing different angles on the spot. Um, can't forget though, you need to have the refs on the ice because the guys are going to start killing each other. You need them to kind
Yeah,
of regulate
you
and
do.
officiate the game. But I will say, if they could have a secondary unit, a team of guys who can call in real time and they're wearing earpieces and saying, okay, yeah, that was a definite penalty, something that's clearly going to impact the game. I think they should be doing more of that. They should be using, like I said, sensors and shit like that to really get the calls down to an art because again, each individual, I understand we're talking about consistency, but each individual is different. So it's naturally going to occur. Their judgment is going to occur differently. I just,
Yeah.
again, then maybe the refs have to go through some sort of coaching and okay, we're accepting this. We're accepting this. Yes, this is standardized across the league every freaking week. They go over and they regulate what they will and won't accept because again, the frustration doesn't come out of the call was made or wasn't made. It's when you have that opportunity to start comparing and it's fucking all over the place every single time. It's one spectrum to the other. That's
You,
the reason why we're having this conversation in the first place.
you know what I would really like? Like, look at the playoffs. In the playoffs, there's barely any penalties, especially when it's in the
Yeah.
last period or
Yep.
like. If the refs could officiate that way, like, I think the games could be a lot more exciting. And I understand, I get that the players, them too, they step it up a notch because they're fighting for that Stanley Cup. But like, if I don't know. I feel like if the refs could look at officiating like, okay, if this were a playoff game, how would we ref this game? Like, I understand. Like, my God, like it's hard to do that every single game. I get that, but
But then that's where the inconsistency is going to happen because one game you're going to
no, I
call
know.
this,
But if
one
they
game you won't. That's
but
you know.
if they could, I don't know. Then this is just my point of view because
No, but I like that idea of make them play.
playoff games are exciting and 9 times out of 10 the refs will let the boys play. You know, like unless it's the obvious, you know, like I said earlier, it's just anyways. I
But
don't, yeah.
on a night, okay, now here's where I'm going to throw my own personal conspiracy, and it's not. I don't think it's a conspiracy whatsoever.
Got to stop using that word.
What are fans paying to go see on a
Entertainment,
nightly basis?
goals,
Okay, goals. How do
power
you get
play.
goals?
Well,
Power
power
plays.
plays.
So
Yeah.
on a regular, like I understand that there are more consequences in the playoffs, and therefore the whistle gets put away a little bit. And during the regular season, it makes sense. People want to see goals. The only thing is
It's
it
also
leads
they
to
want to see a fast-paced game. So this is the reason why they don't want to, like, in football you have the challenges which slows down the games, the
Oh man,
reviews and everything. This slows
like,
down the game.
dude, okay. Speaking of challenges, I pray to God I'm happy when they first brought in the coaches challenges. Man, like it was ridiculous because every fucking play or every goal is like coach challenge, coach challenge. Then the league's like, no, it's way too much. We got to do something. It's like, okay, you could challenge the goal if you win, great, no goal. But if you lose the challenge, you get a penalty. I like that rule. The last thing I don't want to see is I don't want to see coaches challenges on a penalty missed by the referees. And I
And if
feel
they bring that
yes,
in, it's gonna slow down the game like
oh
crazy.
my God, if they bring that in,
Yeah.
they'll destroy the game. And going back to the World Cup, like there's been so many replays and VAR checkups, like not just for goals
yeah,
but for penalties too.
yeah.
Like, okay,
I know where you're going. I know
I
where you're
don't
going.
I don't want to sound like I'm contradicting myself, but I don't want us to rely on the technology too much. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, yes. Okay, I've played a lot of soccer. I played soccer probably as one of the most competitive sports on my end. The beauty of it, and the beauty of any sport for that matter, human error is a part of the sport. And
Yeah.
I hate like that's exactly it. I hate the stoppages of play for fucking like you think about let's say the ball just crossing over the line or you're playing hockey and the skate just trails. Part of the magic of the sport like you take let's say a beautiful goal that's scored but a guy's shoulder was a little bit like let's say you're offside or
Hmm.
something like that in hockey.
Hmm.
We've seen that happen a million times.
Yeah.
And you take a fucking beautiful goal away simply because there's a fraction of a hair of an inch. No. Fuck that. Like
See,
I like to.
but but that's my point. What I was saying before, human error is normal in sports. It's we can, like we're just fans watching the game on a TV where there's angles, left, right, center, different views, so we see it all. The refs don't. It's fast paced, right? They're on the ice, they're on the field, they're on the pitch, they're everywhere. So human error is normal. It's normal that we're gonna catch that. This whole point of this conversation that we're dragging this and having this conversation over and over again in the past 2 or 3 years is again lack of consistency. You know, someone scores this way and this guy scores the same way and he gets the goal, he doesn't. That's what it is. It's okay to have human error. It's part of life. We all make mistakes.
But you know,
It's
yeah, go
when
ahead.
you
Sorry.
when Chris said before, it's when you start getting situations that you can compare it with. That's where we're freaking out. Once that's what it is.
But you know, but I think the real issue is you'll get the complainers that
You're
go,
always gonna get complainers, anyways.
no, but you'll get no, but it could be sort of contradictory. You'll get the ones saying, "Oh, the refs missed the offside call." You know what? Or whatever. Like they bring the cameras to check in the offsides, or bring in the cameras to check in if the puck or the ball crossed the line. Then they do that, but then after that, they do use this. We'll call this technology to make sure the play is right, and then you'll get probably those same people that complain about installing these devices. Are they like, well, just let human error happen because you're ruining the momentum of the game. You're slowing you're slowing down the game, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So I really think it's a double-edged sword, but it's always like you said, Anthony. It's always going to happen, and
There's always gonna be something.
have some
We're never gonna get
certain
perfect.
certain Habs fans out there are, they're gonna feel and believe that the refs are out to get us because we're the Montreal Canadiens and the NHL officiating office and blah 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 is in Toronto and blah 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 blah. So look, I'm gonna end that conversation on that note, but I want to go back to a bit of the road trip coming up. Anthony, you said something pretty interesting that I like, that the end of that road trip could determine where they'll be in the standings and what the plan is. So to add to that, do you think trade rumors will build more, or some moves might actually happen not during that road trip, but shortly after? Because you enter the month of January, and the trade deadline is end of February.
So okay. Now, before I answer that question, and what I'm gonna question you guys now will lead to answering your question, Sam.
March 3rd, sorry, is the trade deadline.
Which is not that far away after this.
Exactly. So
look, I don't know about you guys. I know, and we always find a way to have this topic in every of our episodes.
But because, dude, it's because the trade rumors keep building with this team. It's crazy. I've never seen so many trade rumors about the Montreal Canadiens in 1 month. In the month of November, I've never seen so many trade rumors within that month than watching this team for like maybe the past 10 years. So I swear to you.
No, and I see that too. Now my question is, here we are wanting this team to tank, right?
Joey,
and then
kind of myself,
yeah. But look where we're standing in the standings right now. We're 21st overall. We're not even bottom 10.
We're kind of there-ish in a sense.
Well, far from it. Like we're at 30 points, and the bottom is, 18 points. You know what I mean? Like if we start continuing these wins, the last thing I want, and look, Joey, don't get mad, okay? I do want to tank, of course, but what I want to see is either we make the playoffs or we're at the bottom where we have a chance to make a top draft. I don't want to be in the middle. And I feel right now we're stuck there. I feel no matter what, because of the strong beginning of this season, I don't think let me rephrase that. I think because of that strong start, we're in a position where the only way I see this going is making playoffs, or straight in the middle. And I'd rather make playoffs and be in the,
Okay,
than being in
that's
the
fair.
middle.
Okay,
You get it? Like I think
I
there's no
do-
way
You're
of
making the
again,
wild card.
we're making the wild card. No, we're not gonna make the wild card, dude. Come on.
There's
I
five.
Well,
feel
we're
like
only-
we're at that.
Yeah.
I feel like we're at that position.
We're only 5
Yeah, but
points behind, though.
we're
So-
5 points.
We're going
We're
back
5 points
last in the
behind
wild card.
28th place.
Yo, can you imagine the last game of the season determines whether they make the playoffs or not? Oh my god! I
I'm
think
gonna flip a fucking table if that happens.
So,
Joey's gonna curse.
you know what? Here's something I read. Okay, that might actually encourage Habs fans in some way. Did the Canadians win the lottery last year?
Yes.
Did they? But did they really?
Not really, because they were like dead last. So
They were
it's
dead
not
last,
much.
so-
They earned it. They didn't win it. They
No,
I'd say
because
they
winning.
put themselves in a position to have the chances.
I don't
Okay.
understand the question, Sam.
Okay, I read this and then like a light bulb or like not a light bulb went off in my head, but my head actually exploded. So
I don't know.
What's-
I still see your head.
yeah, I assembled it back together. I'm fucking Humpty Dumpty here. So what's the point of winning the lottery at the draft?
Moving up.
Moving
in the
up.
draft.
Did the Canadians move up last year's draft?
No.
No, they did not.
Yeah.
So they still have. Yeah, depending if they don't make the playoffs. If Florida doesn't make the playoffs, they might actually have a chance, and it'll count only as one. They'll still be able to do. What's the rule? It's you're allowed to win the lottery twice in a 5-year span, right?
But to be part of the lottery, you have to be bottom 5, no? Or bottom 10.
No, you have to be a non-playoff team. Just your odds.
Your chances. Just your chances are like 1%, basically.
Yeah, your chances
if you're
are very low.
So not making the playoffs.
Exactly.
I mean, but have we ever seen a team who's right before wild cards still get a
Well, you jump. I think you could jump. You could jump to 10 spots, something like that.
Yeah, didn't Jersey have some crazy jump
Yeah.
just a few years ago?
Yeah, when
Or was
they
it last?
was
No,
when
was
they
it last
draft
year? No,
when
no,
they
no,
draft. I think the year they drafted Nico Hischier.
No, I remember New
was it that
Jersey
one?
just going. Was it New Jersey or Detroit? I don't know, but somebody jumped multiple spots,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it was the year where Ottawa got screwed.
Was it Ottawa?
Was it the year? Was it the year
maybe?
that we drafted KK?
No, because the year that KK got drafted was Svechnikov got drafted before him, and I think Rasmus Dahlin. Is he KK's 2018, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Dahlin got drafted. Dahlin was I'm pretty sure. But anyways,
Yeah.
but yeah, I think the one you're talking about, I think, is the jump when they drafted Nico Hischier. It had to be
would make
that.
sense.
Anyways,
Nolan Patrick and then Nico Hischier.
Yeah.
Would
Yeah.
make sense.
So
Sam, I think. Sorry, just to go back to your question.
Well, look, I'm just saying, but like they're still look, because Anthony Adri, like I've had this discussion with Chris, I've had this discussion with Joey, but I haven't really had it with you guys, because no matter what happens, the plan is to Kent Hughes is not changing his plans. He's not going to be a buyer at the trade deadline, whether they're making the playoffs or not. He's not looking to add pieces to help this team make the playoffs. Like, he's not.
He claimed that if they're in a playoff position,
yeah.
he'll do what's necessary. He actually explicitly said it. He says,
Yeah,
if we're in a
it's true. He
playoff
did say
position,
that.
I'll make the moves necessary. It's messed up.
No, but he said no, but he also I'm not changing. He said we're not looking to add people to help us make the playoffs now. He's like
make the playoffs. He says if we're in a playoff position.
No,
Yeah.
he said whether we're in a playoff position or not. That's what I remember. That's what I remember.
I'm gonna have to go do some digging.
I'll go do
for the information, Sammy.
dig for the story.
How about Chris on this one?
I'm
I think
telling
that's what
you.
he said.
He said
He said if they're in a playoff position, they're
Yeah, if they're in a
They'll
playoff
do what
spot,
they.
like if they're clearly in the playoffs and have a very good chance of making them, or a decent chance, like a 60+% chance that he said, like I'll make a handful of moves. However, this is the perfect opportunity to interject and say they have to lose for the love of Christ. You're talking going back to the road trip that's coming up.
7 games, yeah.
Please set it straight. Lose as many as
One,
possible.
1-1-5. They're gonna have a 1-5-1 record. I'm
The
calling it.
only team that they have to beat on this road trip is Florida. That's it.
Yeah,
Look,
dude, that's gonna be a conflicting game to root for because right.
What all the Montreal fans
Fuck.
over there?
Oh my God, it's true.
I'll say for Adri's sake, to be able to enjoy the game, and for the sake of
Fuck
Florida
that.
having another loss, for the
Fuck.
sake of Florida having another loss too, that would be the only game that I hope. I
Screw
just
AJ,
hope like
screw AJ's happiness in Florida
oh my
down.
God.
Screw that watching the game. Please, probably pay $10 for those fucking tickets. Like, it's just screw that.
No,
He's
they're
getting
actually
paid
more
to go.
expensive now.
Oh, are they?
Oh fuck yeah.
They're expensive for Montrealers only.
yeah, you know,
No,
everybody's
but
covering it.
Yeah, exactly, because they know they're gonna make their fucking money. So,
Yeah.
so all the Quebecers are
But
down
it
there.
got more
Florida
expensive
against
than it used to
Arizona.
be.
They got what?
It got more expensive than because now
There's a
because they're a
quote.
better team.
Okay.
There's a quote here. Reasons Canadians will have an advantage at NHL deadline. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but there's one little thing that says, one little quote that says, "Oh shit, they don't have to rush to move their players since they're not a full-blown seller at this year's trade deadline, at least not openly." So again, Horton and Hughes,
Who? Gorton.
Gorton and Hughes, Horton.
Gorton.
Wow.
Not Tim
Gorton and
Horton.
Hughes.
You stop drinking the Tim Hortons coffee.
Gorton and Hughes, they as much as they seem transparent, these guys have
Oh no. The
shit in
transparency. The transparency is like tip of the iceberg. Like
Yeah.
that's what
These
it is.
guys-
Like
Yeah.
they'll give you the tip
they
of the
like to
iceberg.
play. They like to play
layers.
the game. They like to play that game where they make you believe one thing and then they'll fucking surprise you with something else. So you know what? Look, like I said at the beginning of this episode, I believe this trade deadline determines what's next. If they're at that point of losses, then to answer your question, Sam, about the trades, you're gonna start getting rid of players.
Did you guys hear? Because right now in Vancouver is a bit of a disaster. But did you guys hear that the
That's
Canadians
true.
might be interested in Brock
Yeah,
Besser?
Brock Besser.
Yep.
Huh. That sounds interesting because Brock Besser's a good player.
He's very good.
He's a very good player. He's just it's just probably one of those players who just needs a change of scenery. But because now they're gonna lose their captain Bo Horvat. Yeah.
Yeah, he's decided to go to. He wants to go too.
He rejected their contract offer. So
Yeah, but it was a joke.
What was a joke?
Joke of an offer,
the-
apparently.
What was it? Do you know the numbers?
It was an embarrassing. Like it was. I don't remember. But I remember saying that it was like. It was like, are you serious? Like this is what you're offering me? You're captain and blah blah blah. Like.
Well, it's like your top goal scorer, your top player. Yeah.
I don't even think it was even touching the 9 million.
Wow.
It's tough though, but that's because man, like
Yeah, but
even with the salary cap going up by 1 million next year, like it's GMs are scared to give these big fucking contracts unless you're the Matthews or McDavids of this world. It's
yeah, but the thing is that what it is now is that they're comparing themselves to other players. Look, like
yeah, of course.
He got this, so why can't I get the same thing?
Yeah, but I mean,
Putting him
again,
just as much. I'm
and
not
that's-
comparing him to McDavid and all that, but like example, like Suzuki got his contract. Everyone thinks that Caulfield is going to get the same contract, but he's not.
bah.
There are a lot of things to factor in for Suzuki. The captaincy is a huge like salary kick right there that Caulfield's never going to have as a bargaining chip.
For me, it's
He'll
like
get maybe the same term, but he won't get the same money.
Well, goal scorers are paid more in this league, so maybe he hits 8.5 million. That's my
as long as if he hits 8 million, he's just making a quarter $250,000 more or $500,000 more than Suzuki will, but which is
Yeah.
fine. But like Suzuki's used in all situations, Caulfield isn't. Caulfield's used
Mhm.
first line and power play. Suzuki's on for obviously first line, power play, and penalty kill. So
Mhm.
there's that to
It also
consider.
might be wishful thinking, but I really hope that Kent Hughes just points down the highway towards the west and says, "Caulfield, do you want a chance at a cup? Look at what's going on in Toronto. Look how much money is wasted on four players. You know, you give us an extra million and a half
Yeah.
leeway. We have a lot more room to play and get the players that are going to
Well,
support
that's
you in
it.
winning a cup."
It's again. I keep repeating this. No team that won the cup had a player within the last decade. No team had a player that was making over $10 million in salary when they won the cup. Pittsburgh, Crosby wasn't making over 10 million. Neither was Malkin. Neither was Letang. When Chicago was winning those cups, no one was making over 10 million. Not Taves, not Kane, not Keith, not Seabrook. So it's you want to build a good team, you need the money. You need the money. And Toronto, look, whatever. They're a regular season team. Fuck them. Come playoff time, I don't know.
This is the year where Marner and Matthews separate. They're gonna.
Oh, are you calling that? Because Matthews
said
has
the
Matthews has
name.
one more year left.
You keep
Dude,
fucking
my
forgetting
brain.
things.
Dude, I told you.
I
I think I have a history of concussions, and it's just slowly fucking eating my
I
brain.
asked you this question, so I believe, and I think I asked you guys this question: if Toronto either doesn't make the playoffs or loses round one again, do you see a Mitch Marner and Matthews trade happening?
Oh yeah, I do remember you saying that, but I think Matthews has 1 year left.
I
I don't think Matthews is gonna get traded. I think he's just gonna walk.
one of the
I
two.
was just
I'm
I was
just
just
saying
about to
I
say.
believe Toronto falls apart if they do not make playoffs or lose round one again.
Well,
Okay.
yeah.
I say the following: Mitch Marner gets traded first out of the two guys. Matthews walks, and the rest of the team drowns in the tears of the city of Toronto.
They're
Sounds about right.
their real problem is John Tavares, his contract at 11
Yeah.
million. Like Jesus
Yep.
Christ, like
Ne-
like he's
Nylander is the best contract on that team.
yeah 6.92 just under 7 million.
Yep.
But him
They play like
too,
shit.
him and Matthews, they're you know what the worst thing about that is that team that they put together, they're all UFAs. They're all unrestricted free agents at the end of their contracts, and their contracts end in not at the end of next season, at the end of the 2023-24 season, Matthews and Nylander are done. The season after that, Marner and Tavares are done. And that's it. Like that's your core. And you know what? So is hold on a sec. When is Morgan Riley done? Morgan Riley's done, and his contract goes on forever. So they're fine on for him at least. But
I think this is the last push for this team to win together.
this literally
So.
is the last chance because it's the last
I
dance.
don't
or
see
else,
them.
or else
I don't see them staying
we're
after
gonna
all these years being contenders and
choking.
choking. I don't see them. They just don't. I always said this. Toronto has a fantastic team on paper. They just do not have the chemistry.
Personally,
Because
on top of that,
they don't
because
play
I
as a
love
team.
shitting on.
It's just the
I love.
Leafs.
Yeah, but their fucking defense got even worse than last year. Their support players has just
Yeah,
gotten
but there's
worse and then worse again.
yeah, but
Like,
let's
there's no way unless they go God mode. Like, again, even if they go God mode and they win one round, I don't think Toronto has the same depth that they had last year. I think they're even worse. They were even better 2 years ago when Hyman was playing with them, and now it's just.
Yeah.
I think they have no chance.
It was
Look.
3-1.
Look, I'm gonna say this and then end this episode. As much as you guys believe in talent, which I agree with you, you still need that heart and soul to get it far. Because look at Montreal Canadiens. Montreal Canadiens, the year they went to the Stanley Cup Finals, on paper, did not have close to the team of the Toronto Maple Leafs. They just had heart and the willing to play as a
Well,
team.
Well,
And
yeah.
Jesus Christ
No,
in heaven.
but
Put
they
that
had,
heart
but
in
they had
Toronto, and they're
no, but
winning the cup.
they literally had belief. And if you listen to Chris Nyland's podcast, the Raw Knuckles podcast, he had Dominic Ducharme on it, and he said he's like Shea Weber, Corey Perry, and even Eric Stahl at one point. They literally they grabbed everyone. And they're like no, like they believed, dude. They believed
But
so.
that proves my
Yeah.
point. You just said three names, three guys that one that had no fucking sense of his bones anymore. Okay, you have Perry who's done, and who else? You said who else?
Stahl,
And
Eric Stahl.
Stahl. Okay, and then you have Marner, Nylander, and Matthews, who are all fucking $10 million players, talent, and didn't even pass
And
round one.
and
All I'm
apparently
saying,
Weber was like he took I don't know what he took just to relieve the pain he was going through.
but that all I'm
Like
Horse
saying is,
tranquilizer.
yeah, leadership. That's what they have. That's what they
that's all
have.
I'm saying.
That's what they had. The Canadians had leadership against
They
the
have
Leafs.
leadership, heart, and belief. And if you put that in a team like Toronto, then yes, you're winning. That's all I'm saying.
Fuck.
Anyways,
I don't
on
wanna
that
get that
note,
thought.
Yeah.
1 second though, Sam.
They
You
also need
brought
a
up.
goalie.
I have to say this on another note. Nyland's podcast. Did you see the clip of what he said to because they had Jack Eye most recently on the show?
I didn't see the
And
Jack Eye episode.
Chris Nyland turns to Jack Eye and he's on video and he goes, Have you guys told Yaroslavkovsky to pick up his fucking head in the middle of the game?" And it basically goes on to say, like, Jack Eye jokingly says, yeah, I take him out for like he takes me out for dinner every single time, and he comes back to the bench and thanks me. But it's so funny because even Nyland spoke directly to Jack Eye, and he said, "Has somebody told Slavkovsky to pick his fucking head up, word for word?"
Well, yeah,
the ice.
because dude, it was 2-3 games in a row there. He was getting caught with his head down and getting hit. But then look at the game against Ottawa. He's going for the puck, sees his head. I don't know who was coming
Austin
for him.
Watson.
And
that
dude,
fucker.
like Slavkovsky just fucking Neo from the Matrix dodged him. Like it was beautiful. But that's what he has to do. And there's videos of development coach Adam Nicholas working with him, just keeping your head up. It's and ever since then, like the kid's getting better. Like he's gonna get better, man. I literally have high hopes for this guy, but it's my expectations of him are managed as well. But like he's gonna be a good player. He's only 18 years old, man. He hasn't even scratched the surface yet. So I'm very excited to see what he's gonna become.
Absolutely.
And look, Shane Wright, just one goal still.
Yeah, against us.
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah.
Anyways,
he gets
boys,
to go to Team Canada to Bedard.
He's gonna destroy him and Bedard are gonna destroy it in Team Canada. I'm excited to watch that.
It's more Bedard's gonna do something. Wright's gonna fall off. Off the bench or something.
I don't know. I don't think so. Him, Bedard, and Wright, Bedard, and Fantilli. Oof. Oh, they're gonna dominate.
beautiful to watch.
They're gonna
When did
dominate.
that start? When did that start again?
The Boxing Day.
January. Boxing
The
Day,
World,
26th.
the World Juniors. I just need to figure out if when they have like these preseason games, and I need to. I'm sure Lane Hudson is gonna make Team USA. Like I'll be shocked if he doesn't, and I'm gonna be paying attention to him and the USA goaltender who's supposed to be a first round pick this year, and he's got good numbers. I forgot his name, but I researched him up. He's got good numbers. If the Canadians get another first round pick, not to go to that debate, we'll have this conversation again another time. If they get a third first round pick in this draft, I seriously hope they consider drafting this goalie. If he plays well, I'm going to be I'll scout him the best I can. I'm looking at his numbers, and he's got good numbers. If he plays well in the tournament, I seriously hope the Canadians consider drafting him if they acquire another first round pick.
It'd be nice.
It'd be sick.
We do need that goalie. But anyways, ladies, boys.
Ladies and boys. There's no ladies here.
Oh, yes, there is. Good episode.
Maybe in my bedroom, but we'll find out later.
We'll see what Joey has to say
Boy.
about my conspiracy theories. Yeah. We'll see, guys. Just to wrap up this episode, we all believe that, and I want to hear you fans comment on our Instagram post. If you believe that the road trip will determine the future of this season, the path that they want to go, fight for playoffs or tank, time will tell. We'll talk about this in the new year. Boys.
5 and 7 wild card spot.
Oh fuck. Okay.
Watch.
There we go.
Joey wants to kill you.
Trade
right now.
everything and lose.
Trade everything and lose. Trade everybody except that first line and Slavkovsky
To all our
and
listeners out
Anderson.
there, to all our listeners out there, thank you for all your love and support.
And keep Gooley, Jacki, and Harris. There you go. Sorry. I forgot about them too.
Keep
And
the
Martin
kids.
St. Louis. And no.
Well, you
I'll
can't
just keep the whole team at this point, right?
No. I just keep the kids. Just
Keep the kids.
and Kirby Dog too. I forgot to mention him. Well, I said the first line. Okay. Sorry, Anthony. Go end this.
And to all our listeners out there, thanks for all your love and support. Keep showing that love and support. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and any platform you have that you listen to your podcast. Leave us an honest rating. We want to hear your thoughts. It's only going to make us better. And subscribe on YouTube if you want to see these beautiful faces. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen. Until next time.
Bye now.
Bye now.
Oh.
Good night.